Welcome to The Vault with Financielle. This is a safe space where we talk all things life and money and no topics are off limits. Hey guys.
Hello.
Good morning. I've got something in my throat because I had mint imperials because there's some in...
Did you?
Are they called mint imperials or is that just what my
Like
grandma
the restaurant
calls them?
mints.
Yes.
Yeah.
There's some outside and I put 3 in my mouth at once.
No, you're
and
joking.
crunch-
3?
Yeah, 3. Crunch them all really quickly.
my
So
God.
sorry. But mint imperials, what's your favourite mint?
I'm partial to a spearmint polo.
A spearmint polo. Okay. They think, I imagine giving polos to horses.
Hey.
Yeah.
Hey.
Oh, hey. I like
It's
buttermints.
my favourite
actually.
joke. It's not even funny. I can't even remember it now. I just know the punchline, which is hey.
Well, if I cough, I'm sorry. 'Cause I'm
No.
These
greedy.
little smell nice.
Yeah.
Okay, controversial opinion time of the day. Spending your younger years travelling is short-sighted.
Speaking to the wrong people.
I'm not qualified to answer this question.
So picture young people saving up to go travelling, just looking at the here and now, like nothing towards the future, not focused on building any habits, is focused on travelling and like maybe working to save to travel. That's their one true purpose for that period of their life.
I feel like we're definitely proponents of travel as you go, and we would have hated that the only time we travel would be younger. Having said that, I think that when we speak to people always say they wish they'd travelled, especially earlier and younger. You know, when you have the big girl job, when you've got the big girl responsibilities and big boy responsibilities, when you have children, when you have a partner, the ability to be free and roam and follow the end of your nose and book where you're going to go the next week, that does go. That does go.
It really does.
It's like, you know, I love it actually when you meet people in like their 60s and they're starting to travel again, because it's like, oh, everyone's flown the nest. And even then it's probably like, oh, if I want to get home, I've got to look after the grandchildren. And you're never truly free. And there's a moment in time, I think, where you can travel around uni age, before it, after it, where you can work your ass off over the summer or in different jobs. Learn the saving muscle, by the way. Learn the work muscle.
Yeah.
Learn the go without and save, you know, a few grand and go travel. And then you're still young enough to come back and go, right, let's start this money journey. And you've learned a really good habit. Whereas I don't think you get many people at a young age, at the age we're talking about. So we're talking late teens, early 20s, where they save for a house. I think they're about spending. I think they're going out. I think they're getting the nails done. They're going to Pilates. They're looking amazing, but they're not doing either.
Mhm.
They're not getting the travel investment and they're not saving up for a home. They're getting a car on finance. They're in the middle.
Just laughing. Looking good is overrated, by the way.
Yeah.
Can I just say? I'm like,
They look gorgeous, but
I don't have my nails done. I get my hair done. That's all of you. Don't get my eyebrows done. I don't spend money on makeup. I don't spend money on this. It's overrated. Who wants to look good?
but it is. I think it's to the alternative of what, you know. If I think people would expect me to say that, oh yeah, no, it is overrated. Like you should travel as you go, but that ultimately you should save and you should start investing and you should start buying homes. There's time for that.
Yeah.
But you've got to nail that and do it earlier, the better. It's when people don't do either and they're in the middle and they're just kind of living for the gram and they're not really investing in themselves, because that's
like
not
they're
investing in yourself.
Enriching their lives in any way.
Yeah.
And like, I think the earlier traveling thing, you do lose the spontaneity as you get older because of the financial responsibilities that you've got. So you can't just like get up and go or travel on a really like a super, super, super lean budget, because if you've got things like a rental property or a house, children, like you just can't do it. It's just, or it looks very different to what it could be, I imagine, when you're like 18, 19.
And like, you know, when you're in your early to mid 20s, if you'd saved up, like, let's say you'd saved up 10 grand, are you going to spend that on travel? I think you might not. Mid 20s anyway, because
You'd be like, I need
you're
a car.
close to big adulting, aren't you? You're close to that. Like,
It's a house deposit for some
it
people.
is. It's getting close to like, I'm wanting to settle down roots. I've got a job. I've got, you know, whereas if you can save up, you know, 5 to 10 grand, between your late teens and your really early 20s, and that's when you can be spontaneous and you've got time to build that back up again.
Yeah, because it's likely that when you come back from travelling that you'd still be at home with your parents, so you've got an
Literally.
opportunity to then start saving again. Do you know, I love Race Across the World, the program.
Oh God,
and that's like romanticizes like the ability
spontaneity
to
of doing that.
to spontaneity, but they have to budget. Like it's actually really
they?
good practice. Like you're given basically. So say that they start in China, that's where you begin. You get literally dropped off. The price of the plane ticket from the UK to China is the budget that you get for the whole trip, and you have to manage that money to get you to the checkpoint, which is like the final destination, if you like, of where you're going to go. You have to budget the money. And that you see, I love it when they pair like a younger child with like their older parents. So like last year a really good one
The
was...
child's like, can we Uber?
Yeah. It was a young boy, and the mum had kind of like given her life to like bringing up the kids, had never done anything spontaneous, had never like travelled, had never been given the responsibility of managing the money in the home, which was really interesting. I got the impression that the dad looked after the money, and they had to like figure it out together. It was like one of the best programs. I get goosebumps thinking about it, because I just think, I would love to do that. But I don't want people to push away the traveling bug till they're like old and poorly and have kind of lived the life. Like, we have a travel sinking fund that allows us to travel. Maybe not in a way that's like traveling, like, I'm not going to go backpacking around Southeast Asia, but I could do if I wanted to with the kids. That's a decision that we could make as a family and do. But it's not now or never as well. I don't want people to think like, you only get to travel in your early teens. But if you're going to give someone the opportunity, or you're more likely to take it and take advantage of it when you're earlier, like in your early years. But
I think people of a certain age, and I think this is like maybe 25 up, would then see it as a waste of money if it's in their hand. Like if it's a chunk.
Yeah.
I think earlier than that, you're like, 30's old, 40's old, I'll get to that. You feel like you've got all the time in the world. But as you're getting closer to that adulting phase, the slog that is saving up 10, 15, 20,000 pounds for like getting on the property ladder. And in Britain, we love the property ladder. Like we're just obsessed with that. With it, I imagine if someone said, here you go. Do you want to go spend it all and spend like 6 months traveling? Amazing.
It wouldn't last me.
Like,
I know that's
when you get older, though, you get more like
bougie.
Yeah, you don't want to sleep in like there was a 30-year-old sleep in a hostel in Australia, possibly. Very small minority though. You're going to want to be in a nice Airbnb. You want to go for cocktails.
You won't get a bus. You're not getting a bus.
No.
That scares me, all the night buses on the Race Across the World.
When you see and they're like, don't go to the toilet.
I actually think Race Across the World puts me off traveling.
Well, it does me a little bit. I love the like relationship split that plays out, but the let's get a night bus for 24 hours
for
God. 30p. I'm like, take your night bus. Keep your night bus. I'm staying where I am. I'm fine.
I do think that, we, like I said, we embrace the travel thing. And I think the Brits are quite good at doing like city breaks and take, we should probably do it more. I think Americans and Australians think we're crazy that we all live in Europe so close to things, but we go to like Spain every year. And that's
like a holiday resort rather than
go and see places and stuff. But I think the city breaks come back a little bit. And I think we do like these from time to time. And you can fit that into your budget. Like you can do that and experience the world. I think so.
What's your favourite city break that you've done?
Probably Amsterdam.
Yeah.
I love Amsterdam.
Yeah.
Such a cozy, perfect size city, I think.
To be able to see what you want to see. Yeah. Good food.
Yeah. Not overwhelming.
No.
What about Paris? Where did Paris go for you? Oh, not even top 3.
No, not top 3.
Not top 3.
It's not my top 3. You love it, don't you? But for me, I'm just like, it's nice.
Yeah. I don't know. It feels like I'm in London.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like London as well, though, to be fair. So.
Whereas I'm like,
London.
Every time
literally. London.
I'm literally like making friends with people on the tube. Like, why is no one talking? Why is no one smiling?
No, Holly, Financielle girls and guys, if you're in London, just let us know, because she needs someone to talk to when she goes, because she usually then can't wait to get back, because she's just like overwhelmed by how alone she feels.
I am overstimulated when I get back on the train.
The train's a pain in the arse though. That's part of it. Like, you want to get on the train to get out, because it's not easy. Like Europe and trains is next level. It's just
Yeah.
seamless. And it's, I'll go to Lyon today. I'll just get the train. You don't have to
Yeah.
overthink it. You're going to get a nice, fairly clean.
Whereas we're on the phone to Neil and Neil's like, right, I've looked on he'll like work out what platform we're going to be on. I think you'll be on 12 because there's
a rush.
something's
Yeah.
just left to blah, blah, blah. And then usually everyone's like running,
Yeah.
fighting. And I'm just like, I just don't want to like compete to get on the train. Like I've got a seat. Like I don't need to be fighting.
It's still
in this
stressful.
crush.
It's very stressful. It's very stressful.
Yeah, it's not for me.
Not signing up to Race Across the World anytime soon.
No, I think we should talk. I romanticize it from my sofa.
Listen, for the TV, I think Holly would be a great
Yeah, I
candidate for
do.
Race Across the World. I might put her name
Holly
down.
and Neil signed
She
up.
might-
Can you imagine me and Neil?
No, you're not with Neil because he could do it. I think I need to put
true.
you with Teddy.
I can imagine me
You
and
and-
Neil
you
because
and
I would
Teddy.
follow Neil like a lost puppy.
That's why it's not good TV. I need like you and Teddy.
When we go to London, Neil literally sends me in my notes and he's like, right, platform 3
Oh
to
my
the
God.
northern
He does.
line. It's red. It's because I am
Turn
just
left.
too busy talking to people.
Trying to have conversations. Okay, I'm going to move on to our first dilemma. Should I increase my credit card allowance? I'm trying to improve my credit score, and one way I've been doing this is by playing the credit utilization ratio game, where I only use 1 to 5% of my limit and pay it off each month to boost my score. It's been working. I've improved my score by 70 points by doing this. But here's my thing. I was recently invited to increase my credit limit from £1,000 to £3,750. And now the minimum spend to keep doing this method is getting higher and higher. I'm starting to worry that I'll lose control of my spending just to maximise my score. I've been paying off around £100 a month, but it keeps creeping up, and I physically cringe every time I have to dip into my hard-earned savings to clear the bill. My stipend runs out next year, and I need to be saving £500 a month for my emergency fund to support my final PhD year. So now I'm torn. Do I keep chasing a better credit score or focus on saving and stop the game before it gets out of hand?
No.
It's not Bridgerton. You don't get invited to a nice party. Like, that's all I could think. You are, dear listener, what is it? Dear reader, you are cordially invited to
Increase
this is
your
a
credit
credit
limit.
card. You think you're playing the game. Do you know, like when I've disassociated. Like, do you know the meme where it's like all the algebra like in front of the head?
Julie Roberts. Yeah.
It's just like, it's not necessary. Like, what are we chasing this improvement of the credit score for?
Mhm.
Like, is it that you want to buy a house when you're older? Have you had a really poor credit score in the past because you've like defaulted on payments? Like, what is it that you want to do? And we want to help you understand that you don't necessarily need to improve your credit score.
We honestly, this is killing you with kindness because well done for messaging in. And we love that you've given us the opportunity to rant about credit scores, which is why you've been included as a dilemma because it's our favourite
Yeah,
thing to do.
Lucy is like sifted through.
She's like, oh, we've not had
Rage
one in a
mate Holly
while
and
where
Laura.
they rant. And so everything that we say is absolutely with love because we are that big sister that's like, let us tell you how it is. So your credit score went up 70 points. Like, what did you do? Like, so what? So what do you know what that does for you personally? Because we don't.
Yeah.
And the score will be from a platform that takes credit reporting data and comes up with its own score. So yes, it probably does align with the algorithms of each particular lender or bank or credit company or finance company's scoring mechanism because it's a little bit of a minefield and it is an unknown, but people tend to know that these 5 or 10 things tend to mean that a rating or your credit worthiness goes up, not your score. Your score is pretend. It's literally pretend.
Gamification.
Companies like ClearScore, I know there's others as well, but they I believe are not helpful because they are trying to get you obsessed over a score. And I tell you all, and I screenshot the only thing that's wrong with my credit score is I should have another credit card. And guess who gets a commission if I take our credit card? The company, the platform. And so there's lots of them that do it. I tell you what I'm really annoyed actually with at the moment, Experian. Experian are one of the credit reference agencies. So they sit on the underlying data and they do a thing. So they do have premium and you can pay monthly to get a more detailed report. which you should never have to do. Just don't bother doing it. You really, really don't need to do it. I think that it's, they give you like extra advance warnings or
What
something
do
or
you
other.
need?
But listen to this. So they sent me an email because I time up to them to keep an eye on it for this, just for content, not because I give a shit about the score. You get an email going, your score's changed. Okay. So then you log in online and it blurs out your score and it says to see the score, you have to download the app. I'm like, no, I want my report. You've told me I've got a report. I've got an online account. I don't want the app. And it also says, it gives like this hint that something's wrong and there's something you need to fix, but it won't tell you what you need to fix unless you pay for premium.
That is so bad.
So I think that's super misleading. It's something that's on my list to rant about at some point. I'm not happy about it. Something I might even speak to I can't say, but I'm not happy with it. But it made me think, what's
I've
wrong?
got to take action.
But it wouldn't show me unless I paid for premium. And that is not fucking on. I'm not happy with that because it's meant to be a point of transparency and scoring and, credit reporting. And they're playing the game that the others are playing. So yeah, that's a rant for a different day. But you do not sound like you're in a great financial position. You sound very organized because you're at a point in your life where you're PhDing. And I just have hats off to anyone doing PhD because it's such a tough time. You've got the stipend, which is like a little bit like salary. You're not getting lots of benefits. I'm confident you're probably not getting stuff into a pension. It's a really tough time, but you're going to come out with it with a PhD and it sounds like you've got 1 year left. And so I don't know why you're messing with the score because you have a more important thing, as you quite rightly pointed out, you need to save. And you're moving money from savings to pay off your credit card. And that shouldn't be a thing because you should be only using, when people use the credit card and play with utilization, like they should be spending what they're spending anyway. But it doesn't always happen. And that's what gets us into a negative spiral of spending money that we don't have. And so when, I can log into any one of my 2 to 3 banking apps, apart from one, there's one that won't. I don't see Starling sending me loads of loan offers actually. I'll have to have a quick look.
Inundated,
but others do. Barclays do. NatWest
Halifax.
do. Monzo do. So it's the pop-up is, fancy a loan, want a credit card. And I'm like, fuck off.
You don't know me at all.
No, you don't know. Yeah. If you knew anything about me, you would know this.
We've been in a relationship for over 20 years and you haven't got a bloody clue. You don't care about me. You don't know when I'm down. You don't know when I'm vulnerable. You don't know what I need from this relationship.
But what they do know is they're desperate to make money off you. It's like when a credit card company offers to increase the limit and you're not even using it, what you are in a position where
is that to you as an individual?
It's not. It's just it's a temptation. It's go. And so the cleaner way to manage our money is to take distraction and temptation out the way. Yeah. That's why our sinking funds are in pots or in a separate account. It's because we may be tempted to dip into them. It's why we don't use credit cards unnecessarily, because the temptation, and they're not daft. These companies are much more sophisticated than our brains because they've got millions and billions and billions of pounds targeted towards getting us to spend and part with our money and to build up debt because they make money off the back of it. Always think what's in it for them. When it comes to credit scores, we've got loads of really good articles actually. If you look at financielle.com.
Credit scores are bullshit.
It's actually good. Just Google that. Hopefully we're at the top if you Google.
Better be.
Yeah.
Credit scores are bullshit. We do give you tangible things that you can do to be more credit worthy because I absolutely appreciate that most of us may want to get a mortgage someday. What I found is if you save, spend less than you make payments on time, don't move around unnecessarily and mess up your addresses, don't be connected to someone financially who isn't a great place financially. They're going to lend you electoral roll. They're going to lend you money. They really want to lend you money because they make a lot of money lending money to you. I've said this before. Look at a mortgage payment and see how much goes to capital and how much goes to interest. Banks and lenders want to lend to you. And so we mess around with this game, but honestly, it's a distraction and it's kind of like, it's not a red flag. It's a red herring. That's what it means. It's not a red flag. It's not a flag. It's a herring. So over there, it's like, it's smoke and mirrors. I think you're doing amazing. I think head down, get those savings in. Stop using the card. Stop it. Just don't bother about the card. Cut it up, clear it, forget about it. Don't look at your score. Because it sounds to me like you're not anywhere close to buying a house right now anyway, because you're in PhD land. You're struggling to save for making sure that you're okay for the next year.
Yeah, don't worry about
just kick it down the can.
Surely you're busy. Like when you said about the utilisation stuff and then you're doing a PhD, focus your efforts on the PhD, not on the utilisation percentages.
And if you want a number, net worth.
Yeah.
If you need that
Yeah.
That's a good idea.
That's a
Your
good
financial
idea.
score, your net worth score is your
Because
financial
that,
score.
if your net worth isn't increasing, you're more likely to be a great candidate to be lent to buy a house.
Literally.
No?
Yeah.
Literally.
Please start with the credit scores. Like, oh my God, you'll feel so much freedom when you watch this episode and you go, oh, I feel like hoodwinked. Like I need to.
And I'm
put
not
that
having a
card up.
platform making me feel stupid because the score went
Yeah.
down.
And charging you
Gamification.
for it.
Piss off. Oh my God. Oh my God.
Okay, this week's community win is a long one, so get your cups of teas ready. I've been a silent listener for a few years, but I wanted to share my money win because I'm so proud of myself. 4 years ago, I was out with my mum, relying on my credit card to pay for the day. Then I got an email saying my limit had been lowered with immediate effect. A true blessing in disguise, though at the time I broke into a cold sweat. I couldn't pay for the rest of the day and felt too ashamed to admit to my mum how much I was struggling, especially since my parents have always been so financially responsible. From that moment on, I completely cut back. No nights out, no treats, no extras. I picked up overtime and went into full survival mode. It took me about a year to pay off my credit card and other consumer debt, around 5k. It wasn't a huge amount, but it made me feel physically sick. Once I cleared it, I started saving and built a small emergency fund. I swore I'd never turn to debt again. Shortly after that, I met my now partner. We bought our dream home and moved in last December. We decided to combine our finances, and every payday he asks me, can you do the money thing? Which means updating our budget. I log our incomes, make sure we're getting money into our big emergency fund, mortgage overpayments, sinking fund bills, and fund money. Then what's left goes into our personal accounts. Our idea of fun money is very different. I'm reflecting on this today because I've got the back to work blues after an incredible 12-day trip to New England. We visited 4 states, paid for the holiday and spending money in full from our holiday sinking fund, and it felt amazing to travel completely stress-free. Now, just weeks out from Christmas, our sinking fund is almost full. We've also been slowly renovating our dream home using our home improvement fund. I'm so grateful for everything your podcast has taught me. It's changed both my mindset and my boyfriend's. I'm excited for what's next for us, and I think we'll be ready to start investing within the next year, even if I'm a little nervous. I tell all my friends about your podcast and hope it gives them the same insight and comfort it's given me. A truly grateful, fully converted Financielle girly.
Woo!
Oh my God.
What a good, I got goosebumps again because that person was in the shit.
Yeah.
They were in the. It just makes you go.
It's life
Anyone
changing.
can do this.
Oh yeah.
Like,
There's always
it's not-
someone been in a worse position and done it and worked harder
Like,
and done it.
I love all of the people that have had these amazing wins, but like. This is going to sound really bad. You're not special, like as in you are special, but you're not special because it gives people, it makes it accessible. Like that person was out on a day out with the mum and couldn't afford to buy the coffee.
Oh my God, I'm holding my breath. Like
I've been there.
I've been there at Sainsbury's checkout. I still remember. It might have been Tesco.
Sainsbury's, and gone. Oh, I'm poor and I can't actually afford this, but I'm so shit with my money.
Yeah,
it's in the wrong place. I've spent too much this month. I put things on credit cards. It's going to get declined, and it has. I've been there and gone, fuck, shit.
Yeah, literally.
Oh my God. That person was in the same boat, and look what they've managed to do. It's incredible.
When is it boyfriend or husband was like,
you do the money thing.
It's a bit like, talk dirty to me.
Yeah. Do that thing you do.
That thing you do that I really like, the money thing.
I love doing the money thing.
But like, just imagine that in the future, like the mum date will happen again. It's like, it's on me, literally. Not on my credit card. It's on me.
Yeah.
I will pay for this date. And those trips that are paid for, like I always find they come at such a good time for people. It tends to be like 6 to 8 to 9 months after the money journey starts when they get it, they understand why they've cut back, they've felt the benefit of it.
Like your reward. That is your reward for all that hard work.
Does it? And so I remember that feeling where you're sitting on a sun lounger and you're thinking,
Laura's favourite game.
Who will be paying this off all year round?
Yeah.
Like really, because there's some moments where we've all been there on holiday where the cocktail is extra expensive, or it's a particular restaurant and you're all like, the cab's expensive, and you're like,
it's a bit of a sting. But or you get your bill at the end of the holiday because you put everything on the room.
I get it wrong all the time. We play a game which is like guess the bill, because obviously we don't go. It's not all inclusive. We go to the same resort every year, and between cocktails or beers, lunch food, like it's like the minibar scare, like for years.
Oh, my kids just go up now and order in Spanish. Like, can I have nachos?
I have no idea what they're having, and it's expensive.
Nachos are like €6, like for a little box.
Tiny. It's like
and now the first year, it's like, oh, it's so cute. Look, I'm going up ordering it in Spanish.
Now you're like,
now I'm like, get
say?
away!
What did they say?
From
nachos.
Yeah,
Spanish.
Nachos,
I don't even know what. Yeah, nachos.
Nachos,
por favor. And then they tell the room number in Spanish. I'm like, oh, so cute. And then they're like, shit, they spent like €100 on nachos.
As if you haven't thought to tell them my room number instead.
I know, yeah. Tell them Nanny. Neil's always like, learn Nanny's room number.
That's a good hack.
But we've all been there where it's a bit of a sting in the
honestly,
tail, yeah.
even now, I do get what is it? Like, there's enough money in there.
What's the damn
What could it be? I don't know. I don't know how much milk and bread is. Like, I have to take £20 to the shop just in case to make sure I've got enough money. So I can't comprehend what a family of 5 over a 9-10 day holiday on a non-all-inclusive basis will spend. I don't know. But it could be very, I'm not bragging, honestly. I'm just saying it could be very high and I'll still be fine because I've got the money for it.
Yeah.
It's not a credit card that I'm going to have to spend. Like, whereas most of the people, because of the way that the world budgets, not because anyone's bad or doing it wrong, it's just they're paying after.
We worry about it later.
But we are, I love getting to that point. Oh my God, everyone knows what my husband's like because I share it every holiday, but every podcast, sorry, not every holiday, but we've got the next one booked already because he was on it and we want the free child places and it needs something to look forward to. And the deposit's paid with cash from the sinking fund that's this year's sinking fund money, but it's like it's already sorted. And what she was able to do and travel around New England and go across
cheap.
Oh my God, it's not cheap. I mean, the food's so expensive out there and travel.
US is very expensive at the moment. So the fact that they've managed to do that, pay for it all in advance, pay for the spends.
It's not derailed anything. Like
No.
when you're early in your journey, there's so much that you're trying to do that trips, they can slow you down, but they don't have to derail. It's when, imagine all that hard work and then you're like, should we go shopping? And then should we put it on a card? And that's why you put a strategy in place, which is like, we'll pay for it, we'll pay cash, we've got spends, we're sorted and we have the best time.
We've seen the opposite of this, haven't we, with that. There was an influencer that was talking about trying to get out of debt or something, and she was like, so I'm going to Dubai.
Yeah.
We were all like,
Oh my
what? Like listed out all the debts.
Someone in debt was then like going, and then I've got to pay for Dubai.
Yeah.
Well, like, no, they booked Dubai after
Yeah,
they
like,
were like, so I'm going to go on a
recently.
debt-free journey. Sorry, I'm knocking the mic because I'm very passionate about this. Going to go on a debt-free journey and blah, blah, blah. But I'm going to use Klarna for this. And then but I've booked Dubai, so I need to pay for that. And it was like they'd made the Dubai decision after doing the I'm going to be debt-free decision. So you kind of like,
that is a snakes and ladders. It's like, I'm going to pay off my Klarna and then I'm going to go to Dubai.
Literally.
And I've not got the money for Dubai.
That's a perfect example, isn't it? It can be snakes and ladders, whereas this person has literally gone, this is what I'm going to do. This is how I'm going to do it. And like, absolutely smashed it. What a wonderful community win.
If you'd like to tell us your win, head to the community in the app or email it to thevault@financielle.com. Okay, time for our next dilemma. Should I still have an F-off fund? Hi, Financielle. My dilemma is around what I've heard referenced to as fuck-off funds. This feels so harsh to say.
Last word. Sorry, Mum.
Sorry, Mum. Where women have a secret savings account set aside to protect themselves should they face a relationship breakdown. I inherited around 10k a few years ago when I was single and put this aside to become a fund for me in the future. Fast forward to now and I've been happily married for nearly 3 years. I'm feeling more uncomfortable about having this money that my husband doesn't know about. Do you girls recommend? A new word. Do you girls recommend having a fund like this, or should I incorporate it into my emergency fund? For context, my husband and I have a joint account where most of our income goes for household bills and outgoings, and joint savings for holidays and house renovations. We keep the rest aside for our own sinking funds and have separate emergency funds. I currently have around 6 months of expenses in my emergency fund, but would like to build it up for 12. What do you think?
Never had this one. I don't think we have
know.
one. Someone's like,
like
so
it.
I've got one. I'm in a really good place, but shall I tell him?
Yeah.
It's like, should I tell him? But then also like, should I keep it as a fuck-off fund, or should it be
Like a
engulfed
joint
into the emergency fund?
And she shared no red flags and no concerns.
No.
It sounds
Happily
like
married.
yeah, which is not, still doesn't mean that someone couldn't blindside you and stuff.
Yeah.
And that's about having it. And I love how she also said they both have them, so they both have emergency funds,
Separate.
and she thinks she should build them up. in a weird way, it's just a hard one because it's this financial infidelity point, which is lighter when it's because I've got something rather than I've got all this debt. But
she didn't build it in secret. It was given to her as an inheritance. That changes the game as well, doesn't it? It's not like she's been squirreled away in a relationship going, I need to build a plug off.
No, that's
Some
definitely
people
true.
get angry with us on the comments because they're like, stop telling people to build them. Not everything's going to go wrong. And like, that is financial infidelity. And you shouldn't have to have that when you're married. And I'm like, oh, wait a minute. Like,
every scenario is different and you just don't understand. But
it's like a financial game.
This is a hard one.
And it's one thing for me is, I don't know your situation, so I don't know what job you've got, how high risk it is, what your expenses are going, whether your partner's job is like high risk or whatever. But 6 months seems like a really good amount of an emergency fund.
Why do you want more?
Why do you want more? Why are we going to 12 months? Because we know that when we have an emergency fund, we would generally have it in an easy access account. You're not going to be getting high interest rates on those because the benefit is that you're able to withdraw your money at any time. If you've got 10 grand sat somewhere.
Hopefully that's making money, by the way. Like,
and then you're going to save another 6 months of expenses and have that sat in a easy access account. I'm worried that you've got 10 grand, potentially another 10
quite
grand.
Cash heavy, you mean? Like she shouldn't be getting to work harder. I think that's fair. And I think the emergency fund point's important for everyone, picking the right amount that's right for you. And some people are 6 because they're comfortable with it and they've got like, they're quite employable. So whether it's a solid job or whether it's a job that like a career they could go elsewhere in, also helps when your expenses are fairly low. So it depends on your expenses, what your fixed expenses, and can you go lean if you want to. That's a really powerful thing to be able to do. Like if your budget can get to a place where it's a bougie budget, but if I want to pull back, it's not that I've got loads of fixed costs that I'm committed to.
Ours can be so lean. That's how we came up with one. And do you know what? Car finance is another example of why it's really difficult to not have a huge emergency fund when you've got a finance car. Because you literally £300 minimum, I would say, like a finance car is at the moment, a reasonable one.
Yeah, sometimes families have 2. So like to be able to cut back lean, so the ability to cut back. And then the other thing is income protection insurance and or critical illness cover, because that's the way that we've seen couples and individuals be able to reduce the emergency fund they need. Because what you're trying to do is you're trying to calculate, what would I need if something happened? And a big emergency is often illness or injury, mental health issues. And so that's a way that you can maintain an emergency fund at an effective level. And you can go to financielle.com/protection and look at, you can get a free insurance review. That's what a lot of people do. They ring our partner life search. You get females on the end of the phone that will walk it through with you and assess that with you. So there's a few things that keep that at a manageable amount. But some people do just like 12 months, but at some point that'll stop as well. So even if she saves up the next 6 months, it's going to stop. Yeah. It's just such an interesting question because so you're married, right? If you divorced, you legally have to tell them about that money. You fill out a financial assessment form where you have to, because you wouldn't want him to have 20 saved up and not tell you either. So in terms of like, if it all went wrong, Pete Tong, and you had to divide up your assets, you have to share that with him anyway, legally. And so there is this little bit of element of, it's shared in a asset sense, even though you've got it. There's always different rules when it comes to inheritance in different situations, but that's generally. So I would wonder, if you both have lovely, strong emergency funds, what is it for? Because if you separated, it would come into discussion, it would be up for debate. So if you're looking for tips on how to share it with him, I think that's probably something we could think about. Like, how would we tell our partners, I've forgotten about it. It may be that if you come to a money date night and you might have a strategic conversation about, right, let's have a think about how much we want in emergency funds. How much do we want to be overpaying our mortgage? Do we want what's the kids' situation? What are our goals? Do we want to start over investing into our pension? Because you can say, right, or have you done your net worth together and have you done it in the app? Because when you're listing things out,
she's leaving 10k out of
it. Is she leaving 10k out of it, or is she not doing it? And she could go, actually, I've got 10. I always forget about. It's a lie. I'm so sorry. Oh my God. But do you say, I've got 10 that not that, so let's not do the white lie.
No, I got 10 given to me out through inheritance. So we'll put that into the net worth.
Yeah, it still is just in your account.
Slip it in.
When? Just slip it in.
4 years ago.
Slide it in.
Where's it been? Forgotten.
So there's that 10.
If it was the other way around, we'd be like, that
We
is
would.
financial infidelity. Like, that is a red flag.
In fact, we could blame him and go when he says, "What's that?"
told
I told you about that.
Yeah.
God's sake, you never listened to me.
Good idea.
How would I feel if Neil came to the
all the
table
guys
and was
listen
like,
to
oh yeah,
this,
I've got a 10,
you can
I've
tell
got
us
10
to-
grand.
Do
I'd be
one.
more be like, why are you being so secretive about it? Like,
Why is whispering?
yeah.
Why are you whispering? Why are we whispering right now?
We would be. This would be different
Yeah, I
if it
know.
was a.
We're allowed this. Listen.
Hang on. No, I'm going to really think about that. If a girl wrote into us and said, my partner, girl or guy, but if it was the other person in a relationship and they said, I found out they've got an extra 10, we'd probably tell them to kind of chill a little bit and first, and no, I think we'd say, are there any other red flags?
Yeah.
Like, what are you a spender? Is he keeping it because he thinks you're going to literally go and redecorate the house because you've got a fishing of the 10 grand? Like, we would dig under that and go, because otherwise.
Inheritance is always a difficult one, isn't it?
Yeah.
Or it makes it easier. It's not like they've squirreled it away when you were meant to be
yes,
saving
yeah.
for something. It was like, no, that was given to that person. They didn't ask for it. It was kind of like gifted to them.
And I believe inheritance is so sensitive,
Yeah.
and it should be for the individual who's the recipient of it to decide what it's ultimately for.
Yeah.
And that's why there are special provisions sometimes in law and in divorce proceedings when it comes to inheritance. Sometimes it is protected, sometimes it's not. And that's what, that's why it's really important to get the right advice around that, because there are different, like, timing's a big thing. And so I like the idea that the person who's received it, it's not fair game. Like, it's not like,
No.
put it in the pot.
I think
No.
just genuinely be honest about it and be like, I've had this and I've just not known what to do with it. Like, it's been inheritance. Like, I obviously don't say anything about a fuck off fund.
No.
That doesn't need to be in the conversation, but just be honest and be like, I don't know what this is for. Like, I don't know whether to put some in my emergency fund.
Yeah.
I don't know whether to invest it.
Like,
Like,
this is the thing as well. Like, I think at the moment it's a bit in no man's land. So what it's not got is is it a fuck off fund, right? Because if it is, I like the idea that both people in a relationship have a transparent fuck off fund in their own names that we both know we've both got. And so if that's a 12-month one each, if that's whatever that amount is, I love the idea in a safe and secure relationship that you absolutely have it. And I also like the idea of if you're in a new relationship and it's a bit more private, or if you're not quite sure where you're at, of having one that it's just no one's business.
Yeah.
Like I said, ultimately in a divorce, it would be on the table for discussion. But I think I'm all right with that. What I would actually prefer, though, is this inheritance pot needs to be renamed, because you're not in the fuck off fund can be centralized and it can be visible to everyone. I love the idea that you actually frame it as like, I need to think about what to do with this. Like, I'm thinking about maybe investing it, or I might put it in a cash ISA.
Just be like, I've been putting it off because I just
don't know what to do with it, which
Yeah.
is the truth.
It's
You actually
sensitive
don't know what to
because
do
it's
with
an
it.
inheritance as well, and
It's always
so your
got
partner should
emotional-
be understanding.
It's always got an emotional attachment to it, hasn't it? Inheritance.
Yeah.
People overthink inheritance.
Yeah.
But actually just work through the playbook. That takes the emotion away. It's like, okay, where am I up to in the playbook? Tick. I've done my big emergency fund. Tick. Right, what do I do next? I've got this excess cash. We would say hit big money goals. And if you've hit those, next
to
ones
grow.
grow. So you take the emotion out of it.
Yeah, and it
Work
can
through the
still be
playbook.
invested in your name.
Yeah.
It can still be in your portfolio. It doesn't need to be a shared asset in terms of split it across accounts. And I think that, I feel like both my husband and I would do that. It would form part of our collective net worth.
Yeah.
But if he was to come into inheritance today, or if I was, it's just too emotional to put into a central pot. It just is.
Yeah.
So just keep it in your name, but make sure it's doing what you need it to do. And it either should go in your emergency fund. I just think it's better to keep it out of that. Both build up the emergency funds that you both want.
Yeah.
Invest it. But I'd love to know what other people think, actually.
Yeah, this is
See if we
so
can
interesting.
because we can revisit this on a later pod. Like, if
Definitely.
other people have different experiences,
Yeah,
have been
tell us
through
what
that,
you
we've
did.
not. We're all talking hypothetical. Then we'll definitely get it to our listener and see if she can make the right decision. I said, we've not had that one before.
No, it's an interesting one.
We're double standards, aren't we? Is it called hypocrites?
We're allowed.
It's fine.
It's our podcast.
We would have a hard time. Like, we're giving you a bit of leniency here.
Okay, that is all for this episode. The vault is now closed. And just a quick disclaimer, the vault is just a chat around life and money topics. We're not giving financial advice.